Hi everyone, my name's Danny Rensch, and I'm a chess master. And like most chess masters, whenever our game gets featured on the big screen, I pay extra close attention to whether or not they got the details right. Now, on the scale of everything from Searching for Bobby Fischer, which was still by far the greatest ever chess adaptation to the big screen, to scenes from Aladdin where they literally took a banana to the face because they didn't even have a king on the board. I'm going to go through some different chess scenes from movies and TV shows here and let you know whether or not they got a pass or a failing grade from me as a chess master. Let's dive in. The chess scene from Disney's Aladdin. Now, as I said, this is pretty much going to be a banana to the face as far as chess goes, because when we zoom in here to the genie and the rug, we see that there's not even a king on the board and that the magic carpet is not playing by such magical rules. There you go. Thanks, Robin. One of the many chess scenes now from the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer. Now, I actually scoured the chess scenes that are many in this movie to show you one that I think is a hidden gem and really displays the level of detail they went to in this very, very brilliant four-move checkmate combination.
Mate is 4 moves from the position in front of you. Don't move.
That's a legit four-move checkmate combination. The move is knight to c8, and after king to a8, queen a6. You'll actually pay very close attention. You'll see that there was a queen on the a file. And after the queen's trade, rook takes a6, b takes a6, bishop to c6 is checkmate. So not only did they get the board set up right, they're actually delivering high-level checkmate patterns in this movie.
Here, I'll make it easier for you.
Bart Simpson's chess simul from The Simpsons. Now, one of the first things we notice is the chessboard is actually set up wrong. There was a black square on the right of every one of those chessboards.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang.
But they do get the real-life adaptation of chess right, in that if a little boy without much experience decides he's going to play a chess simul in a park, he's probably going to lose every game. I'm going to give it a fail because the chessboard was set up wrong. Sorry, Bart. Now we're going to take a look at some of the many chess scenes from the X-Men films. And the one I want to start with is actually my favorite, and it might be the only one they really nailed perfectly. This battle here between Charles Xavier and, of course, Magneto starts with a pretty awesome combination. Rook takes e8, and if you look closely, he was actually removing a knight. That's important because the knight from e8 would actually guard the g7 square.
Pass that foolish law. Or one just like
we get some fun dialogue here, but here comes the pawn to g7, and you see delivering a check to the king on h8 is why removing that knight from e8 was important.
Does indeed.
So, of all the chess scenes from the X-Men that I've seen, this is one of the best. Here the pawn is going to recapture there, and Charles Xavier was going to deliver checkmate.
Something like this from prison for him, it would be a
Okay, so this unfortunately goes from Charles Xavier's brilliance to what I think is an epic fail. If we look closely there, I'm pretty sure the king and queen are set up wrong. And we might even have a dark square on the right. Yeah, definitely king and queen are set up wrong. So we're going to get a fail there to Professor X the second go around.
We'll be watching.
Okay. Nothing like a beautiful line
In
from Hugh
chess, the
Jackman.
pawns go first.
Okay, at least they got that right. Pawns do go first. Good job, Magneto. Making up for your loss earlier. Now, I'm not sure where we're headed with this, but looks like a real chess park. Although, if I had to guess, you wouldn't see pieces like that in a chess park. Looking closely, at least briefly there, I think that looked like a pretty real chess position, so we'll give him that as far as the passing grade goes there. And now as our old tired Magneto looks in, we realize he's trying to do a little more than just play a normal chess game. Okay, take a look right here, though. It's like they flipped the board. The black square is on the right again. So they went from passing to failing with however they decided to do that camera angle. And again, even though they get a passing grade for this board, I can see a dark square on the left. The actual position itself wasn't that clean. So, surprising maybe many X-Men fans from this chess master's point of view, other than that first game with Xavier delivering the brilliant combination, the rook sacrifice to the knight, and then the g7 checkmate, most of these chess games are actually not that realistic from the X-Men.
Russia, America.
And, okay. Hopefully we get a good one here. Let's zoom in. What do we got? The board looked to be set up properly, so that's good. Initial passing grade. White square on the right. Not sure that a young Charles Xavier would ever put his queen on pre to the black king. But then again, they have had a few. So a little bit of scotch there. And I'm not even gonna try to interpret this one. This doesn't even look. I don't know what's going on with that chessboard. This was the obligatory new director in the X-Men franchise. Got to make sure we get that chess scene in. Let's move on from the X-Men. Next, we have the chess scene from the very, very infamous 2001: A Space Odyssey. Here we go. Frank is struggling.
Anyway, queen takes pawn. Huh? Okay.
Bishop takes knight.
Already a bad sign when your queen is taking pieces on the wrong side of the board.
Move.
Your opponent's attacking your king.
Rook to king 1.
I'm sorry, Frank. I think you missed it.
They do get credit
Queen to bishop 3. Bishop takes
for
queen.
proper enunciation of
Knight
old
takes
school
bishop.
descriptive notation.
Knight.
And it does seem that Hal is close to a forced checkmate there.
Yeah,
I
looks
know
like you're
there's
right.
been those who've
Very
analyzed this position and claimed
Thank you for a
Frank
very
had a way
enjoyable
to
game.
delay the checkmate. I don't have enough of a close-up view to actually say that, but I will still give 2001: A Space Odyssey a passing grade for that, what seems to be pretty high-level game of chess by Hal. The chess scene from Independence Day. Beautiful day in the park, and what looks to be a surprisingly organized type of chess clock they have, given that it is a park apparently in New York somewhere.
My Social Security will expire. You'll still be sitting there.
I'm thinking.
Okay, and as Goldblum deliberates before pushing this pawn, now if you pause right there, you can actually see that moving the pawn to e4 opened up the queen along the c1 h6 diagonal.
Do you have any idea how long it
And
takes
now
those
as we
cups
take
to
a peek
decompose?
in, we can see Jeff
You don't move, son. I'm
Goldblum
gonna start to
clearly
decompose.
preparing to bring the queen to that h6 square, supported by what I think was a rook on h3. Now, obviously, his father is quickly making moves because he has other things on his
nice
brain,
that you
like
see me so
lecturing his
much
son
now.
about moving on from his
start
divorce.
there.
I'm only saying.
But I think as
it's
far
been
as
what,
chess
4
goes,
years?
this
You
is
still
pretty
wearing
high-level
wedding band?
stuff, something I would put up there with the glass chess set scene from X-Men, and maybe even a combination worthy of some of our searching for Bobby Fischer chess scenes. Here we see Jeff Goldblum play queen takes g6, which is indeed actually checkmate, given that we know the rook was on the h-file. So as far as the Independence chess scene goes, a very, very big thumbs up from this chess master. The chess scene from the Thomas Crown Affair, 1968 edition. Okay, first thoughts. Looks pretty good. They've got a chessboard set up, what seems to be post-battle in the background. Let's jump ahead to where the action starts.
No complaints.
That's how most people look when they lean up into a chessboard. That's normal.
Do you play?
Try me.
Okay, here we go. Real chess being played now. Double king pawn opening. Can't snooze at that. And we've got natural developing moves here. So something tells me that they had an actual chess consultant on this film, because that's about as good as it gets. Openings we see played at the highest levels of chess still today. And now he grabs his bishop, which looks to me like he went for either the Ruy Lopez, nothing like a good Spanish game, or the Italian. But either way, this chess game is going to get a big passing grade from me as long as they can keep this up, because right now that's a real chess position, real structure, and oh no, it looks like they went backward. How is that king back on its original square? And when you move a pawn after your queen gets attacked, normally that's a bad idea. So this typically happens in a lot of chess scenes, chess movies where they bounce around, right? The chess consultant on site gave them some good advice, and then when the editors actually get together, lose all track of the timeline of the actual chess game. So I'm still going to give the Thomas Crown Affair a thumbs up, not just for the chess duel tension that was going on between those two characters, but for the fact that they had the board set up right, played a pretty serious opening, and despite that last second gaffe where they clearly went back in time on the board, I think overall that was a pretty good adaptation of our Game of Kings. Chess scene from The Big Bang Theory.
My catapult flings my bishop.
Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to comment on this one.
Queen's Gorilla 2.
But it looks like a variation of chess I'd like to play.
Okay. Rook to transporter pad.
This is what happens when you get that old school chess set and a bunch of mixed mass pieces, and you don't even have enough chess pieces for a real game, so you invent your own rules. Something my 3-year-old does well.
Hang on. When is my pawn allowed to use the golf cart?
When it's done charging. Or you land on the time machine. Obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, beekeeper to king 12.
Okay, I don't even know how I'm supposed to comment on this, but let's just say it's good anytime chess is played on the big screen. We're going to give it a failing grade, but not because we didn't love it.
I knew I should have given my Pope the jetpack.
Chess scene from Star Trek. What generation?
Stardate 1535.8.
1535.8.
Headquarters notified of the mysterious loss of science probe vessel Antares.
Okay. Aha.
Your mind
Classic
is not on the game,
Shatner.
Captain. Yeah, check.
Now, this is
I'd call it a pretty long run.
actually a version of chess called Space Chess that does exist, although not normally played like this.
And again. Check.
Okay. Now,
Checkmate.
okay, wow. Huge failing grade if I'm backing up what just happened there between Mr. Spock and Mr. Shatner. What I think I heard was a check from Spock. Shatner did not move his king or do anything to get out of check. A second check in a row by Spock. And then instead of getting out of check himself, Shatner delivers checkmate, only to get the brilliant line from Spock about Shatner's ridiculous way to play the game. But okay, sorry Trekkie fans, big time fail for a show that you think could have got chess right.
Basically mathematic, Charlie. You put the white here and the black on the secondary level.
We got more.
What is this play?
Very well.
I didn't know we were in for a sequel. Let's go. Haven't seen this yet.
That was a mistake, Charlie.
I bet.
Wasn't.
Checkmate.
No, it isn't.
If you'll excuse me.
I'm going to guess there's a little more to this story than the chess game. Because Charlie doesn't seem to be the most mentally balanced character I've ever seen on Star Trek. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Mind melt, literally. Still a fail grade. Sorry, Trekkies. Moving on. Chess scene from The X-Files. Okay. First glance, white is on the right. We've got an actual chess board and what looks to be a legit clock. Not the worst body language moving of a piece either. Where's the kid going? Got to play queen g3 if you're going to finish this combo. Okay, that doesn't make sense. How did he reach for a rook on c1 and move it to g8? Okay, sacrifice rook on g8. This is okay. You don't... Now he goes for the queen. Okay, that could have been a weird commercial break somewhere in between, so we're going to kind of give the X-Files a pass on that, given that at the very least it looks like he's about to finish off the combination appropriately. The original rook sacrifice he did, and here comes queen g3 followed by queen g7, which is what I first thought when I saw the board. Oh. twist ending. This game is for keeps. Okay, moving on. Chess scene from Seinfeld.
Uh-oh. My organs are playing chess again.
Well, I'm getting a little tired of this.
Okay.
What do you say we play one for all the marbles?
So one of those characters is meant to depict his brain.
You cannot beat me. Do you have any idea?
And the other is meant to depict something else. And I like it. This
I
looks
hate reading
pretty
her
fun.
stupid little acting scenes. Oh, so
All right.
what? So you read from a little
Where does
play.
the action
You
start?
can't put up with that for an hour to make me happy? That's your move? Yeah. Well, that's trouble, my friend. That's big trouble. Checkmate.
Looks legit. Again, knowing that I can't really make out what any of those pieces are. At the very least, we have a white square on the right. And it does look like the brain triumphed over whatever else that is supposed to represent. Good for Jerry.
Punk.
We're going to bring this thing back to being a little more kid-appropriate with some wizard's chess from Harry Potter.
Ron, no! What is it? He's going to
Wizard's
sacrifice
chess, Hermione.
himself. No, you can't! There must be another way! Do you want to stop Snape from getting that
You tell
stone
her, Ron.
or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you.
Am I supposed to actually give a chess commentary to this? I don't even know what to say. All I know is those kids were once cute. Before the beer belly set in for old Rupert Grint, huh? You know what I'm talking about? The facial hair and the questionable decisions for Dan Radcliffe. I'm on the edge of my seat with the rest of you here.
Check.
I mean, if I'm looking at the board, it looks like we had a white square on the right, right? So if we're looking for any reason to give this a passing grade, knowing that that just happened, I'm going to say at least the board was set up right in Harry Potter Wizard's Chess, and let's move on from there before Ron wakes up. Thanks for watching part 1 of our pass or fail chess movie scene breakdown. Which movie do you think had the biggest miss of all the ones shown so far? Leave us a comment down below to let us know. Otherwise, part 2 is coming your way soon. Give us that like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you around on Chess.com.